The Gender Gap app. Let's give him a hand.
All right, hopefully this will work out. But yeah, Gender Gap app is actually an app built for. There's a competition called the Equal Pay App Challenge that was put on challenge.gov by the Department of Labor, and the idea was your app could be anything, you know, because that kind of like, well, the main thing I want to do is kind of show the difference between salary differences between men and women in the same roles, and just kind of boost awareness. And so this app was kind of developed as part of a competition, and because it's part of the competition, there's a couple things that I would have done differently had it been, you know, released for the store, because it's not going to make any money, but you know, it's for a good cause. So, but it was the win. It did win. It won. It won one of the grand prizes, and then also won the mentorship award. So it got written up in Huffington Post and Forbes and that sort of thing. So, the back pages, you probably didn't see it. All right, and so the first thing when you do an app for competition is the folks that are judging the competition might not have an iPhone, and so I used Peaceable software. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this, but this is like really cool. Essentially, you can take your iPhone app and upload it to Peaceable, and then it's just like one command, and it works great. And essentially, you can run your iPhone app on the web. And the thing that's kind of cool about this is it's actually done technologically using Flash. And so it actually doesn't work on the iPhone or iPad. And so this is like your iPhone app that runs on everything except an iPhone or iPad. And so this is the main app. And I want to do something different because it was competition. I knew that essentially one of the things you had to do is you had to use the APIs, and essentially you're grabbing salary data down from the Department of Labor. And I knew a lot of people would grab that data and then expose it. And I knew there would be some designer out there that would come and clean my clock. And so what I wanted to do is kind of do something totally different, show the judges something they wouldn't have seen. So I kind of made a game out of it. And so essentially you just kind of touch screen to begin, and then do a new game. All right. And this is also part of the competition. You have to do terms and conditions. You know, you got to follow the rules. There was actually 14 people that submitted at the end of the day, and several of them were disqualified because they didn't follow the rules. So let's go ahead and do the new game. All right, so the first thing it's going to do is actually going to go out to the Department of Labor, and normally it's not grabbing a lot of data, so normally I would just put it in the app bundle, or even if I wanted to make it dynamic, I'd just have one file. But again, because it's competition, you want to show them that you're using their APIs, and also you don't know who's really, you know, what the motivation behind this is, and you know, I thought that maybe it'd be a case of you know, they spent millions of dollars exposing this data, and then they want to prove that it's used. And so I'm not going to make you sit through this whole thing, but essentially it's loading data from the Department of Labor, and even you can see grab the male data, and now it's grabbing the female data. Okay, and so essentially it's going to build this database on the device. It only has to happen one time, and then you can play as much as you want. You can play offline after that. So let me go ahead and give you a smoother experience by bringing it up in simulator. Oh, it's already running. All right, so that's the code in the background. All right, and so this one already has the data downloaded. All right, and so essentially, what it's doing is it's going to show you either the average male salary for that occupation or the average female salary, and the idea is that you're going to try to guess and try to get it right, and it's kind of engaging because you know, people like to see how much other people make, and so. We can take a shot at this. I don't know if anybody wants to give a shot at a market and survey researcher, $73,000 a year. We want to take a shot at whether it's the average salary or average female salary? No. Male, good one. All right, let's see. Good job, all right. And then the main thing here is I actually want to show the gender gap. And so it's amazing. I mean, I knew there was a gender gap, but I didn't realize how big it was for these salaries. And so it actually is educating, even though it's supposed to be fun. It's not that much fun, but. So we'll just kind of run through it. Yeah, that was the main thing, is so it looked fun, so somebody would see it on the App Store and go, that looks fun, and then they download it, and then they'd be educated, and then we win, right? All right, and so I'm just going to go through this. You can see it's a 2 of 10. Anyway, we got other things to do tonight. So you can download this in the App Store. It's free, no ads, right? So it's all good. I'm just going to pick some. Essentially, when you get down to 10, it has kind of a ranking system. No difference than like you know, Toy Story, Disney, or Buzz Lightyear or something, where essentially you're getting a score, and depending on how well you do, you're going to get a rank at the end. And so let me blow through these real quick. All right, I'm not doing so well here. I only got 2 points. All right, that's going to get me up. All right, that's not so good. All right, and finally 10. All right, and since I only got 4 points, I got my rank professional. And so it goes all the way up to CEO and all the way down to entry level. But anyway, it's a gender gap app. Not a lot to it, but it's kind of cool.